We found the back door into Yellowstone. This is our story. It's about one rancher, 3 forest rangers, 2 guides, and 1 cook from Alaska. This is the journey we took and the history we learned on the way. But first, we need to get packed and loaded. On our journey, we crossed into the North Absaroka wilderness. Soon after, we came across a plaque that read, on September 1913, Prince Albert of Monaco, hunting in the area with Buffalo Bill Cody. The campsite where Buffalo Bill and Prince Albert of Monaco camped is historically known as Camp Monaco. Later that day, we would travel up the North Fork drainage and be able to look down on the campsite. How are we doing?
Now I need to drink some water.
After 4 or 5 hours of riding, we decided it's time to eat lunch. This is Paul and Etta. Paul's been on several trips with me in the past, and he just loves getting in the backcountry with me any chance he can. Being a retired forest ranger, he loves maps, as you'll see later. After lunch, we decided to pull out the maps, see where we were, and where were we going. We still had a long ways to go before nightfall. We saddled up and headed out. We still had, I think, about 5 hours to go if we read the map right.
That is not the way to the trailer.
The chuck wagon's the other way, you dumbo.
After crossing the North Fork River, it was time to turn. Head northwest, up the mountain, towards Yellowstone, which was still 3 days away. The Yellowstone fires of 1986 spilled over into this area and still show a devastated land. It was a hard climb and a lot of switchbacks trying to climb out of North Fork drainage. We made it. We got to the top, finally. We got to our camping area. About 15 miles we rode today, about 45 switchbacks up this mountain to the top of the plateau. Dinner was going to taste really good tonight, and maybe a little whiskey to go along with it. This is Jeff, who's a forest ranger. He spent a lot of time packing animals in his younger career. He still can't get away from it.
Is that what they've been using on her?
I don't know. Shouldn't Jenny go on Jenny?
No, I'm sorry, Samuel. Samuel's old bucks on Penny.
Oh, that was the only one that was left.
And some of these mules and stuff we have never had
Powder.
this year.
Quit.
So.
I heard Paul say, I think we're right here on the map. I'm not sure. feet of elevation did we do today, you think?
3,000.
3,000?
Yep.
On that, and 15 miles, you said?
15 miles, and I counted 12 switchbacks. And we had already, I bet we climbed
30 of them.
20 at
Yeah.
least.
So we got 30 to 40 switchbacks easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the bear?
Nope. I just started with Carl last year. This is my both of our second years.
Oh, is it?
But
What you making tonight?
Macaroni and cheese, baked beans, and hamburgers.
All
We're gonna have brownies for dessert.
Shoot, all right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
I don't leave the cans in here, but
You burn them?
I like to leave them in long enough to burn out the food smell.
Yeah.
And then
That's
wrapper.
good. That's good, smart.
Yeah. And that way we don't have a stinky trash, because nobody needs that in their life.
Then I heard Paul say, nope, I think it's right here on the map. Paul said to Jeff, I think we're right here, but I think the fishing spot's right over there. I think it's time to get these boots off for the day. Dave asked, how many miles did we go today and how many switchbacks? All I knew, I was hungry and it was getting close to dinner time. After dinner, it was time to turn the horses out for the night, and they were ready. It's the morning of the second day. Time for some coffee, a little breakfast, and a little bit of heat, and do some planning. I think fishing's going to be on the agenda for today. I heard Dave say, Paul, are you ready to go fishing? I am. It's time to introduce our cook, Etta. She's from Kodiak, Alaska. How she got down here to Wyoming is truly a unique story. It was time to check our stock, make sure our livestock was secure for the day, and relaxed. And now it's time to get ready to go fishing. Dave was ready to go fishing. He spent his life as a fisheries biologist, and he was ready to go find some fish. So we took him down to a lake we call Hidden Lake, and we started fishing. After fishing for about 5 or 6 hours, we took a little rest. Then it was time to hike out of this place. So we headed up the dang mountain. And it was a good hike. It took us a while to climb out of that hole. But we made it back to camp. Sat down and talked about the fishing stories we did for the day. And thought about, okay, what are we going to do tomorrow? It's time to get our boots off and find Etta. Find out what she's going to make for dinner. We were hungry. Dinner was great, as usual. We couldn't thank Etta enough for that wonderful meal tonight. Etta was all smiles when we told her how great the meal was And we think, "Ooh, it's time to turn the horses out."
Morning. Third morning. Doing good. Went fishing yesterday. Didn't do as good as we hoped. We did some good. Did walk. We're going to do some riding today. Animals are out to pasture. We're doing good.
Personnel and
Morning, guys.
you got my coffee?
No.
What the hell, Roger? He doesn't have his makeup on. Let him get his makeup on.
Morning, Roger.
Good morning.
Not quite Paula Deen, but I can use some butter. Secret to good eggs, Parmesan cheese.
Yes.
Oh. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, we like backing the bedrolls on top cold though, for some reason, but they change them. Remember, you got the brush and the comb out. You're right, we did have the orange sack. We did. I paid more for it than what I paid for that Subaru.
Well, we climbed to the top of the ridge, and there we found the signs. We found the back door into Yellowstone. The signs proved it. We were now in the park. It took us 4 days to get here, but we made it. Now, we're heading down to Lamar River Valley. Here we stopped here a little bit and hiked up to the ridge and looked down into Little Lamar Valley. Wow, beautiful. After about 4 hours of riding, and before we descended down into the river valley, we decided to have a lunch break. We were hungry, and there was a great view. We were fun on Dave earlier that he could take a nap anywhere, on a rock even. Now we have proof. Even the mules decided to take a break though at lunch. After lunch, we were back on the trail, heading down this time into Lamar River Valley. Oh, it's beautiful down there. We had to stop and take a look one more time. Well, we made it into Yellowstone, down by Lamar River, headed to the campground. All about 12 miles today. Doing good, a lot of switchbacks down. Not too bad today. After a long day coming off that mountain, it was good to find camp. We put our tents up, cook shat up, ate dinner, and relaxed. It was a long day. The next morning, Etta was up cooking breakfast and brewing coffee.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep. What do you think, Paul? You want more coffee? Jeff, you got any more coffee in that? As we sat around after breakfast, we were talking about how we were camped in the same large meadow next to the Lamar River where 800 Nez Perce Indians were camped in September of 1877, trying to escape through Yellowstone to Canada. Chief Joseph and his tribe came out of Pelican Valley down Misty Creek to the same spot and camped and let their nearly 2,000 head of horses graze and rest. Our horses were grazing the same meadows that Chief Joseph's were in 1877. Enough about history. It's time to go fishing now. Well, I'm sitting here next to the Lamar River. And people are fishing. I'm just enjoying the scenery. Nice views, water going by. It's nice. But this is the fifth morning. It was cold last night. It was really cold last night. Great breakfast. Sun came up, warmed right up, ready to go on that. Seen some grizzly tracks. That's about all. It's buffalo around here a lot more than anything else on that, but we're doing pretty good. We really can't complain. Great food on that. We're heading out tomorrow on that. It's going to be about an 18-mile ride, so it's going to be a long day. We got to get camp packed up fast on that, so but we're having a good time. After a while, I got bored with fishing, so I talked Paul into, let's go for a ride. So we headed downriver. We went around a lot of bends, and boy, it was pretty down. I'm glad we did. On the way back, we found more grizzly tracks, and also the Cold Creek guard station. It's been around for a long time, looks like, and it doesn't look like it's been occupied a while, and it does look like the bear's been trying to break in the front door. But we were heading back. Made it back, had dinner, turned the horses loose, sat down for a last shot of whiskey before we turned in the night. It was going to be a cold one. Got up from a cold night. Some of us got some coffee. Others just sat around and had breakfast real quick. Got the horses wrangled in from the night's graze. Started packing, gathering all our gear, getting ready to be loaded. We had a long ways to go today.
minutes faster than last time.
What time is it?
10:10.
Heads up, mules. Everybody good? Let's go. Let's go.
Well, we got started earlier today, moving out. We've got about 18 miles to go. Ought to be interesting. I'll be an Advil night, but we're doing good. We got looks like the trees have grown up a lot since the Yellowstone fire. It's been a few years. Still see a lot of evidence of the fire. Lodge poles growing back fast. In this area we got a good growth, but there's a lot of soil there too.
This is the exact same trail that we're using, that Chief Joseph, his band of 800 Nez Indians, were using, trying to run away from the U.S. cavalry through Misty Creek Pass. They knew from scouting ahead that they were going to have good water, good feed, and a resting place down in the Lamar River Valley. exactly where we came from. At Misty Creek Pass, Chief Joseph left a rear guard to look down the valley to make sure the cavalry wasn't coming back up at him. In Osborne Russell's book, Journal of a Fur Trapper, in the summer of 1838, states that he was ambushed by 75 Blackfeet Indians in Pelican Valley, near the spot we are at right now. Osborne, along with 2 other companions, had to flee the area, leaving all their parcels behind, their supplies, everything. Russell himself was wounded with 2 arrowheads. They still managed to escape. It took some time, but they made it all the way to Fort Hall, Idaho,